So let me write. I declare one variable int n printf, and I'll require one more variable int ni, and let's say j. Okay. Enter n, enter any number, scanf. You can here say enter the number of rows also. Scanf. So number of rows is entered. Now we'll apply the loop. This is, I told you this is a first type of pattern. Okay. So in the first type of pattern, you just try to remember that the loop will be like this. Okay. For I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. So whatever the number of rows is there, with the external loop, we will move that many number of times. And the internal loop, also we saw the pattern will still remain the same. For j is equal to 1, j is less than equal to I, j plus plus. Okay. If you see over here, all these are what the first type of pattern, right? So the whatever is the number of row number is there, that many number of times columns we are moving. Okay, that many number of times we are printing the values in the columns in that particular row. So for example, if you see here, this is the row number 3. So I is equal to 3. Hence, j will also move 3 times. It will going to print 3 elements in that particular row. In this particular row, the I is value is what, 4. So j will move 4 times, and it will going to print 4 elements in the columns. So in this way, the pattern of the first type will remain. I mean, the loop will remain the same for all the different types of pattern. Only what changes we are making, the changes in the printf statement. Okay, which I'll be writing over here in the printf statement. Only that particular change I am doing. So here I'll write printf %d. Now I want 5, then 5 4, then 5 4 3. So how I'll get 5 over here? If I say n plus I minus j, n plus I minus j. So what will happen? Just check over here. Or n plus 1 minus j will give me what? N plus 1 minus j. So when we are in the first row, then our n value will always remain constant. N value will be, let's say, 5. Okay, 5 plus 1 minus j. So this will give me, j will be first time 1. So 6 minus 1 will be what? 5. Then in the first row, only one element will be printed because j will be moved less than equal to I times. That means if I value is 1, j will be moved 1 time. Now it will go to the next row. In the next row, I value is 2. Here I value is 2. So j will be moved 2 times. Now first time which value it will going to print? First time j value will be 1. And so this will be 5 plus 1 minus 1, 5. and second time j will become 2. So this will be what, 5 plus 1 minus 2, right? So it will become 4. So let's see what we will do. We will going to print this one, n plus 1 minus j. Let's check. Plus 1 minus j. So we got that, but what we did, after printing every row, we must put slash n. Okay, yesterday I told you. So here printf slash n. So it's not showing first element. Yeah, now it came. So if you see here, we got 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What we did, just n plus 1 minus j, right? Now let's see the another one. This particular pattern. So this pattern is something like this. 1 we have, then 0, 1, then 1, 0, 1, then 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Now if you see here, for this particular value, for the first row, so when first row I will be 1, and we are talking about the first column, so j is 1, right? This value is what? I equal to 1 and j equal to, sorry, I equal to 2, j equal to 1. This value is I equal to 2, j equal to 2, right? Now what I want to check, that if the position is even, even means what? After adding both I plus j. Just 1 minute. Okay. So after adding this I and j, uh, we'll see, for example, this one will be what, 1 plus 1, so it's 2, right? This is what, so at 2 we are having 1. This one I value is 2 and j value is 1, so summation will be 3, okay, which is an odd number. This was even. So at odd number we are having 0. Let's check this one. So I2, J2, we are having 4. Even number, at even number we are having 1. Let's check this 0. This 0. So this 0 is at I is equal to 3, J is equal to 2, which is what? 5, odd number, right? So what we have observed, if the summation is odd, then we are getting 0. If the summation is even, then we are getting 1. Okay. So what we can write in the for loop, in printf statement, we can write in this way. If no need to write if also, directly we can write in the printf statement. printf. So what we can write, I plus j mod 2 is equal to 0. If this is equal to 0, then it will print 1. If this is false, then it will print 0. Okay. So if we will write this, we should get the output. Let's check. See, over here, what I'm doing, just see carefully. I plus j mod 2 equal to 0. I plus j mod 2 equal to 0. If this condition is satisfied, then the answer will be 1, else the answer will be 0. So let's run this. If you see, we got 1 0 1 1 0 1. Okay, alternate, and this is the answer for this particular pattern, right? This one. Now, if you see over here, the next pattern is exactly opposite of this one. So wherever we had 1, now we are having 0. In place of 0, we are having 1. So, I mean, by looking at this, you must have got the answer. That's just the opposite of this one. So what we can do, we can just put this inside the entire bracket and then not of this. Okay. Or another thing we can do in, so for example, for this one, we will get the answer 1, then this will do what? Reverse of that, 0, right? If we will get 0, then this will make it 1. Or else we can do over here, in place of double equal to, we can say not equal to, right? Then also will do. So let's check it. What we can do over here, we can say not of, right? Not of. So let's check this particular answer. If you see, we're getting 0 1 0 0 1 0, right? So what we did just not of that entire expression, and we got this pattern. Now the next one, I hope all of you are noting this, and anyway, if you're not noting, then I'll share the video also so you can watch it again, and simultaneously you can practice later. Now let's see this particular pattern. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6. This pattern. So this is a continuous, numbers are continuous, right? So it's very simple. We can declare one variable, p is equal to 1, right? And then we can simply go on printing printf %d p plus plus. That's it, right? So we are starting from 1, and we will simply go on printing p plus plus. This is post increment operator. First it will print the value, and then the value will be incremented. So first time it will print 1, and then the value will be incremented. And our both for loop will remain same, so we'll get this particular structure. Okay. So let's say here we will declare one more variable, that is p is equal to 1. You can take any variable, and in place of this we can write printf p plus plus. Only one problem will come, that is All the numbers are in a single letter, right? And the last row which is having double letters like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So little bit orientation problem will be there. That's it. Otherwise, we'll get the proper structure. Check it here. Actually, we got the proper structure, but the only thing is what? Since these are what double numbers, right? Double digit number. So that's why it's just extending from this particular frame. Otherwise, we got the structure. What I did, I just did over here percent 3D. So I just increase the width for every digit to be printed. Okay. And I just wrote percent 3D. So I am getting proper structure. So you can increase the width of this one. We'll be seeing all these things uh, after this pattern topic, right? What are the different format printing is there, right? That we're going to see. So I did nothing. I just did what percent 3D I wrote, and then I got in this way. Right? Otherwise, earlier what I was getting, since the last row was in the double digit, right? So I was getting the problem. For example, it's coming like this. So if you just make it two, let's check it. With the two, we are getting in this way, and that is okay. But with the three, it's distorted. Yeah. So with the three, we are getting proper. So you can just give one, two, three spaces. I mean, it's not a space actually. It's the width for every digit to be printed. Okay, that we are specifying that you have three places, three spaces to be printed, right? And then it's coming properly. We'll be seeing later when we'll be seeing the format printing. Then we had after this, I also gave you few problems like this. So we had one was like this one, sorry, one, two, three, four, five, three, four, five. Okay, this one. And then we had so here we have to print star. So it's starting from the first position, then it will go on shifting little bit, okay, by one places. What I am observing in this particular pattern, whatever is the I value, okay, whatever is the I value at that particular place, it's printing the star. Okay, just check it. For example, this is the first row. First row I will be one, so at one position it's printing, right? Second row I is two, so at second position it's printing. Third row I is three, so at third position it's printing star. I4, I5, right? So whatever is the I value, it's printing the star. Okay. And another, not all the numbers it's printing, right? So for example, after printing star, then it's printing all the numbers, remaining numbers, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means our J loop will move not only till less than equal to I, okay? It should also move till 1 to 5. right? J loop must move from 1 to 5 because there only it will going to print the values in the all the 5 columns, right? So our J loop must move from 1 to 5 so that it can print values from 1 to 5. So that thing is there. And when whatever is the I value at that particular place, we can print the star. Let's check it. So here I am doing what J is less than equal to 5. If okay, so see here, whatever is the I value at that particular place, we are going to print. Now, for the first row, when I is 1, for the first row when I is 1, first at first position we want the star. Okay. When I will become 2, so it should print, but at second position we want the star, right? Now how will going to do this? So I'm just giving you 2 minutes and let me check if anybody is able to do this. Just apply your logic. How we will going to do this? We know that whatever is the I value at that particular place, the star will come. Anybody got the answer?
Or if I naught equals j, then p plus plus.
If I not equal to j, but see, j value starting from 1, right? So only in the first case, you will get I is equal to j, first place, right? And in the second one, when I is equal to j, that will be second row and second column. And in the third row, I will be 3 and j will be 3. Yeah, so if I is equal to j, you can get the star at that particular position. One more trick is there. You can declare one more variable, right? And for example, p is equal to 1, right? And in every step, you can increment that particular variable, and when that variable is equal to I, then also you can print the star. So just show me if you have done. You can share your screen so that everybody can see. Uh, by the way, what is your name? I mean, I'm not able to see who was speaking with me. The structure of this Gmeet has changed, I think, or it's getting hanged. I don't know. I want that everybody must use your logic and must try to do that both the problems, right? In this kind of pattern printing, any kind of pattern can be given, right? So we'll have to apply your own logic to solve the particular pattern. Okay. So I am leaving up to you to print both the patterns. You apply your own logic. Let's go to the next type. Next type is very, very easy. If you will remember the first type, then all the pattern problems are very, very easy, right? So we saw the first type, and first type we saw this kind of pattern. Okay, this kind of pattern. I gave the name as what? Left aligned, right straight triangle. Okay. Now the second type is left aligned, left aligned, right angle, reverse triangle. Okay, reverse triangle. So we will be seeing now this one. This is it will be like this. So if we just keep the mirror over here, and you can see at this particular side we will be getting this shape, right? So it's a mirror image of the first type of triangle. It's a reverse one. It's not straight, it's a reverse one. Yeah, so for example, if we're going to print the first pattern like this, then this one, right? If you see the shape, it's like this, right? Now you don't have to do anything. If you remember, if you know the first pattern, this one, okay, then it's very easy for you to print this particular pattern. So this pattern we printed in this way. I'll just write the for loop. We wrote the our so for all the triangles of the first type, we had the same for loop, right? I equal to 1, I less than equal to n, our number of rows, I plus plus equal to 1, j less than equal to I, right? This is the important condition for first type of pattern. Only the last type, because it was not following the j less than equal to I, right? So the last two problems were different, which I gave you over there. Otherwise, all the problems were of the first type. So j less than equal to I, j plus plus. And in this, we just printed printf star. And here we said printf slash n, right? Now, if we see over here, j is less than equal to I, so that many number of times it will going to print the star. So if I value is 1, j will be printed one time, right? So in the column, one element will be printed. When I is 2, j will move 2 times, it will print in the second row 2 star. But now the case is different. Here when I is 1, right, and we want to print 5 elements in that particular row. Okay, when I is 1, we want to print 5 elements. So what we can do, we can write in different ways, but I made it very simple. You just need to do one change. You just need to do one change and everything will come. So what you will have to do, since this is a reverse, I gave the name as what? Reverse triangle. Right? Reverse triangle. Why I gave? Because this is reverse of the first one. So you can start I value from n. You can start this I value from n. Right? So if I will start from n, that is I will start from 5. And we will move. So this will be like till I is greater than equal to 1. Okay, I'm writing in a reverse way this particular loop. So I'll start I equal to n till I is greater than equal to 1. I'll be this decrementing I minus minus. Okay, so just one change I'm doing. I'm starting I from 5 till I is greater than equal to 1, and in every step I am decrementing by 1, I minus minus. That's it. So let's see what we'll be seeing. Okay. First of all, this one I'll write I equal to 1. 1 will be greater than equal to 1, I minus minus, and then this loop a less than equal to I. We have to print star. Just one changes I did. I just started I loop in the reverse way. That's it. See, we got the output. How we are getting the output? See what is happening. When I will be n, so I first time I value is what? First time I value is 5, right? Then for 5, it will go inside this particular loop. Outer loop will control the inner loop. Now it will go to this inner loop. Now j will move less than equal to I times. So this time I is not 1, this time I is what? 5. So j will move 5 times, and in the first row place, okay, in the first row place, see, it's not related that if I equal to 1, then only it will be in the first row, right? It's like I am giving the first time I value is what? 5. So from 5 it will move to 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. So ultimately this outer loop is moving this inner loop 5 times. That's it. This is the main purpose of this one, right? Don't see in this way that when I is 5, that means I should be in the 5th row. No. Okay, it's only meaning is what? this outer loop will be moving 5 times this particular loop. So when the first time it will move, I want 5 star. I want 5 star. Okay. So j will move less than equal to I times, and it will going to print 5 times star. When j will become 6, this loop will break, and I am giving slash n. So it will go to the next line. Next time I value will become 4, right? So this loop will move again, and again it will move less than equal to 4 times, because I is what, 4. So this loop will move 4 times and it will print 4 star. Then I will be decremented by 1, I will become 3. So the inner loop j will move 3 times and it will print 3 star. Okay, so like this, just one changes I did, and I am getting all the I'm getting the output. So for all the patterns, whatever we did till now, right, leaving to last 2 patterns which I gave you to solve, rest all the patterns which we did, you can just make the one change, this one, I equal to n, I greater than equal to 1, I minus minus, and you will be getting all the patterns, right? For example, let's say, suppose I want to get this one. One, two, three, four, five. This pattern. So here we'll be printing what, j value. Let's check it. In place of star, I'll print %d j. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we got just one changes we did. Okay. And we will get all the different types of patterns of the first. So all the mirror images of the first type we will get. If we do, just simply reverse this for loop. So remember, for the straight triangle, we will write the I loop from I equal to 1. For the reverse triangle, we will write the I loop from I equal to n, right? I greater than equal to 1, I minus minus. So only this particular change we will be going to do. Okay, now let's go to the next type. So I request all of you to complete all the patterns, right? And just check the output later. If you are studying properly the first type, then all the different types you will be able to solve. But if the first type is not clear, then it's very difficult for you to write all the different types of problem, right? And I made it very easy so that you can just keep in mind what changes I am doing, and easily you will be able to print. Let's move to the third type. Third type, I'm talking about this one. It's a straight triangle, right? Straight triangle, right angle triangle, but it's not left aligned, it's a right aligned. So it's a right aligned, straight right angle triangle. Okay. So the first pattern which will print, if you see the shape is like this. Okay. So it's right aligned. In the first type we had in this way, left aligned. Okay. So we have to print this one. Now one thing is very obvious, right? That this space, this space is what? Blank space. And this triangle is like this. So this is which type of triangle? If you observe, this is what? Second type, right? This is second type. This triangle is second type. Just now we did reverse triangle and right align. And then we are having this third type. So two triangles we are having, and this is our third type. Okay, like this. So let me draw it again. Now with different color, let me draw these spaces. So here in the last row I won't be having any space, but this particular, sorry, at this particular place I'm having one space, I'm having two space, then at this particular place I'm having three space, in the first row I am having four space. So if you see here, there is one more triangle like this, which will going to print the spaces before the star. So for this triangle we will have to write one loop. Okay, loop 1, and for this triangle we will have to write one loop. Okay, so in this particular problem two loop will come, one is for this one is for this one. So let me write over here for, and since this is a straight triangle, so our for I loop will remain same, I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n I plus plus, that is number of rows. There is no change at all. Only thing for this one we're going to write one loop. So before that, and if you see, this is the same pattern. Okay, this is the same pattern, first one. So whatever is the I value, that many number of times j will move and it will going to print the star. So first I'll print this one, this pattern. Okay, loop 2. So I'll write over here for j is equal to 1, j less than equal to I, j plus plus, printf star. Okay, so this is our the first type. If you see, this is exactly the first type. Only thing, it's right align. But I'm talking about in the sense that in the first row we are having one star, in the second row we are having two star, in the third row we are having three stars. So in that particular sense, and then after this, I'll just say printf slash n to go to the next row. So by this, I'll get in this way. Right? Now what we have to do, we have to shift this by one triangle so that I can get this particular shape, right align. Now we have to print this one. So for this, what we can do, for, so let me first write this one and show to you. I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. This will give me first type of pattern. Now we will going to write one more loop over here for so how many star we want. I mean how many spaces we want. If we see over here, in the first row we want 4 spaces. Okay, in the first row we want 4 spaces, and in the second row we want 3 spaces. Our n value is what? N value is what? 5. Okay, if in the first time I value is what? 1. If we say n minus I, so first time this will be what? I will be 1, n minus I will be what? 4. So 4 we will get. In the second time, second row, n will be 5, but second time I will be what? 2. So we will get n minus I, that is what? 3. In the next row, that is when I will be 3, will get 5 minus 3, that is 2, right? And here in the fourth row, 5 minus 4, 1. And in the fifth row, 5 minus 5, that is 0, right? So if we say n minus I, we are getting that number. So what I can do here, I can say j less than equal to n minus I j plus plus. So I am moving the first loop till j less than equal to n minus I, and I'm printing printf. So I'm just leaving one blank space, or let me show you with the minus sign, then later I can print with the blank one. And let's check, let's run this. If you see, now I have written the first loop and it's giving me the spaces. So in place of spaces, I just printed what? Minus sign. So if I remove that and just leave one blank space, run this. Oh, it's not showing properly. 1 minute. File. Not showing properly. Let me open. Yeah, now it came. So I don't know. Sometimes it's doesn't give properly. So now it came. If you see, it's right aligned. Okay. So what is the idea? The idea was like initially we were going to print the blank spaces, and then with the second loop the star will come, right? Second loop is exactly similar to our the first pattern. Only one thing I wrote extra, that is the first loop. By first loop I am printing how many star is coming in that particular row. So I calculated that in the first row, four star, in four spaces, in the second row three spaces, in the third row two spaces, in the second last row one space is there, right? So in this way I calculated and I wrote that particular loop. Okay. So remember the j is equal to 1, j less than equal to n minus I, j plus plus, and you can print the blank spaces. So all the patterns, whatever we did in the first type, all the patterns you will get, will simply write this particular one more loop, right? And you can get all the patterns. So I request all of you to practice for the third type. Okay, practice for the third type. And fourth type is nothing but the reverse of this one. So if we just change the I loop from I equal to n, you will get the opposite of all these particular patterns. So we'll be seeing in the next lecture. But how you can get, it's very simple. You will just have to change the I equal to n, and you can get the reverse of this particular triangle, right? Okay. And one more thing, if we just change, if we just put one space over here, so in place of right angle, you can get one straight triangle. Just check it. I'll run this and see this. So this is a proper triangle. I'm talking about this kind of pattern, proper triangle. So what I did, I just put one space after this star. And if we write the reverse loop like I equal to n, then you can get the opposite of this one. I mean the reverse of this one. So we'll be seeing the next lecture, but we'll be meeting on the next Monday. So that's why I'm telling you that if you want to try, you can try from your side. Okay.